Yeah, we have all this copper wire here, just strands of it from old HVAC jobs that my son did at his HVAC job. And it was just all going to go in the dumpster. So we're bringing it home.
There we go.
To get the copper out of it. The question is, how do you get the copper out, right?
Thing had like 8 ends to it, and
8 ends. So we bought this crank device off of
nice.
Amazon, and it's just a little wire splitter that cuts a notch in it, so you can just rotate your wire through.
Yeah.
By hand. You could attach a drill to it too, right?
Yeah, it looks like you're making pasta or something like this.
Even with all the tape on there too, right? It just cuts right through it. You open it up.
Sure does.
Split it out.
This one's going particularly well, and it's a bigger gauge, which is good.
Bigger gauge is easier on these, isn't it? Plus you get more copper. Oh, a little
maybe the tape.
Billion. That's why that was taped shut. Is it because it was a mess underneath?
I think the tape made it into a mess somehow.
You see.
I don't know
maybe it cut too deep.
I don't know how the tape would have that effect, but
yeah, that's pretty cool though.
It still cut it, which is good. Good for me financially.
We probably have about 300 pounds of various fittings and stuff that was just going into a landfill, and now it's going to get recycled, and it's going to get to be cash in his pocket. So that's pretty cool. We'll do a few more here so you can get the gist of it.
This has some tape on it. Should still just cut fine.
And this machine literally cranks it in. You have a depth adjustment, and you just adjust it up and down.
That is too deep.
To get the height of your cut just right. Crank it out. You can also attach it to a drill, but honestly, it's so smooth. It's so easy just to feed.
It's satisfying.
Satisfying.
You just had to make that adjustment to the handle.
It is somehow satisfying. Oh yeah, the handle it was an Amazon special, so we had to cut a notch into it, right?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't slip.
That's
the tape you're hitting right there?
Yeah, a very talented engineer wanted to stick a circle inside a circle, just raw stainless,
with a set screw
with no friction accounted for. They had to shave a flat spot down out of the top.
Right in there,
so it can actually catch on that, and I can.
So the handle doesn't rotate in.
Successfully apply
the handle
rotational force to this object.
Gotcha. That's what we do in this workbench. This workbench is used for a lot of different things, which is pretty impressive.
Copper.
Every house needs a good one. Right now it's just copper.
Every house needs a copper
so yeah, this one just splits right off.
I wonder if I drilled a hole in the bottom of the copper bin and I attached a lead to it, and then I put like a 100 amp stick welder to the top.
What would happen to the bottom?
What would happen? It
would pass current.
It would have to be some sort of a stone basin, and then it would probably melt it down.
Yeah, because everything in the middle would be getting current through it, all the pipes and stuff.
I'm sure that is a way to melt metal somewhere that exists, but just it would have to be in an industrial environment, and I don't know about the power efficiency over just going and buying gas and melting it down.
Gotcha. Well, this is why we just sell it to the scrapper, right? You said.
Mm-hmm. Scrapper comes to you and picks it up.
How many pounds before he wants to pick it up?
Generally about like 500.
About 500 pounds, and we're probably about 300 in. We'll go take a walk out to the scrap bin here. Want to go walk out to that scrap bin here? Bring that with you and we'll just throw it in. We have all this other wire to still process, but the important part is there's a system for this, and it's pretty cool.
The important part is it makes me money, which I need.
Money is good.
You don't need it, but you like it because you like having clothes and stuff.
Right. But we have this bin here just full of miscellaneous copper that again would have been in the landfill. And look at that. That was a blown 4-inch coupler.
A 3-inch.
3-inch coupler. How much?
Press coupling.
How much do you think that weighs?
This is honestly, since it's already pressed, you can see it has copper in it. And it was just cut out. That's a good like 3 pounds.
Good 3
Which
pounds.
is a little wild.
That is
I'm
wild.
gonna have
Oh yeah, yeah.
like line set rolls.
All the stuff that you can't reuse, right? When you throw this out, because if you reuse it, then you get a leak or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of copper that's just thrown out for various reasons. And you
Look
just,
at that little manifold thing. What's that from?
oh, I don't even remember what I got this off of, but I mean, the brazes tell you the orientation, obviously. And
Okay. Well, obviously an HVAC guy, right?
yeah, I mean, some of it's solder.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Just a whole bin. I think there's probably, we'd say 300 pounds, right? I haven't moved this in a while. It's effing heavy, right?
It's up there.
Okay.
It's just my trash bin full of copper.
All right. Wow. There we go. Shadows
Scrap
and all.
operation.
But that's pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Let's go process some more wire.
Yeah.
We'll be getting to that diesel heater at some point in another video. That's how we're going to heat this garage.
Wires.
All right. We'll do one more.
Good operation here. See if I can get the depth right on this.
Yeah. So that's the only trick with this is getting the depth set for the how far you want it to cut into the insulation, right?
A little further.
Right there. You can see that cutting blade.
Just a tiny bit
Like 2
right
gears
there.
and hold it out.
I don't think that, yeah, I just cut the tape off and didn't really achieve anything there.
All right. So just get that blade set to the right depth. That's the whole trick to the whole thing.
Easier said than done. I might have to cut the casing first.
Okay.
'Cause it has that.
It's some sort of, it'd be interesting to see what you do with that armor cable here.
Oh, the MC?
You just pull
Pull the wire out of it.
Oh,
and
like
you,
a spaghetti
cut it.
noodle out the middle.
Yeah.
Is that opening or no? Not yet.
I need to kind of challenge this a little more in order to make it work. It's like a snake skin. Not quite. They do have snake skin insulation, but that's
Really?
a different thing, and it's not real snake skin. It's just the texture of it. Or else it would be too expensive for the average homeowner to put like 60 anacondas in their wall.
Can you peel it at the same time you cut? Probably.
Maybe. I haven't mastered that skill yet.
Okay.
I haven't been scrapping copper my whole life. Luckily.
Luckily, right? Luckily for you. But it's still actually kind of environmental because you're taking away wire that's no good, right? Got to stress that.
Generally.
We're not pulling out of houses that...
Generally, the environment that the average professional copper wire scrapper lives in is not spectacular.
Yeah, we would agree with that.
It is very notable.
All right, let's see what's next. Cleaning up the residual here.
This one, yeah, I have a
Oh, that's jacketed too, isn't it? It's got some sort of plastic jacket on it. Well, you probably cut through
just
the
the
whole
rubber insulation on it,
thing. Okay, yeah.
and its strand. The actual solid single wire is not very amazing.
Let's see if we can pull that insulation off at the same time.
All right,
I'll pull on one side and
try to like unlock a new scrap skill
a
here.
new scrap skill. We're trying to improve our scrap skilling.
I didn't cut that enough.
Well, we know that's the hardest part of the whole thing is setting this depth. It's too
Yeah.
deep, it cuts the wires and it turns it into a little bit of a mess.
AI is going to take over the wire scrapping industry.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, so here's wire. This copper's kind of
I couldn't
corroded.
see that. I don't think I could see that.
Well, it might set the depth if you had a machine, but I mean, this is like $36 for this thing here.
The average foreign copper recycling factory is probably
If you had miles,
paying less than it costs to run a computer.
yeah, there you go. No insulation on it whatsoever. Yep, yeah, I agree.
That's a little weathered.
That
This is
was
been
outside
through it.
probably.
This could have come from like the roof of a church or something. I mean, I don't know.
In a lightning storm. I know
That
you've been
was-
there before.
That was great. And then getting in the church basement and then in the dark and
Trying
a
to stay away from all
thunderstorm.
the wires just in case, because, you know, they get hit all the time.
No,
these
it's
steeples.
just a creepy place, a church basement in the dark in a thunderstorm.
Yeah, so no insulation on that at all.
Pretty haunting environment to be in. This should be the same exact gauge and
Okay.
rating and everything, so it should just work the same, and we can try that sort of method again.
Okay. And if it's all black like the other one, the copper's tarnished, then we know
Yeah, I need like a
you need a helper hand here.
thing to do that.
So look at that. We're almost done. If I do wire, if I spool it up at the same time.
You can get into machines that do this for you, and you just plug them in, but those are
Not
expensive.
$36, right?
No, I don't have that sort of copper capital.
Well, we don't have it. We don't get any ROI on it, right? 'Cause there's no
Not yet.
on this $36 you'll get an ROI on, but on
Yeah.
that you need miles of cable. Like if you had like spools of like copper wire from the utility, right? You'd want to recycle it this way. Maybe they melt it off or something different.
They might. I know they make big industrial machines with like multiple holes, but I don't own like an undersea cable laying company.
All right. Well,
clearly,
yeah.
if I own an undersea cable laying company, I wouldn't be scrapping copper wire in the garage.
All right. Well, we're gonna leave him to scrapping wire and recycling for the planet, and we're gonna head off.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.